wind blows from the east, the jet planes landing at Kai Tak Airport bank sharply just above the roofs of the houses to avoid hitting the range of mountains to the north of the city. A dragon sleeps in each one of those mountains, confided my Chinese companion in the next seat. It's an old Chinese belief. Kowloon means the city of the 9 dragons. As I fastened my safety belts for the landing, I wondered what adventures awaited me in Kowloon and what I would find beyond the 9 dragons. The busy, bustling streets of Kowloon seem to go on endlessly, fascinating and exhausting. All the old houses jostle against each other, and everywhere is overcrowded. To house the fast expanding population in the shortage of space, surveyors and builders pushed new buildings up towards the sky. It was to be a brave new world of modern accommodation for all. At the feet of the 9 dragons, a similar scheme was blighted by the sheer weight of humanity, for this estate houses more people to the square mile than anywhere else on earth. The old faith still persists in this temple. In this quiet haven is a mixture of religions. Ancestors are worshipped alongside Taoist and Buddhist gods. Over the tops of the 9 dragons, the undulating hills and valleys of the new territories are leased from China for 99 years. This walled city is called Kam Tin and is the ancestral home of the Tang family. Another comfortable way of exploring the new territories is by train. You can travel all the way to Canton on this train if you have the right travel documents. The railway starts at the new Kowloon station and passes the new blocks of flats. The new racecourse, and the Hong Kong University with its fleet of small boats. This saltwater inlet is called Tolo Harbour, and our destination is Tai Po Market. Tai Po is a typical Chinese market town. The joss-stick maker is putting the finishing touches to his product, dyeing the handles of the joss-sticks with lucky red colouring. roadside, two bereaved mothers burn joss sticks for the souls of their sons who died tragically in a fire. We are never far from the sea where the sampans of the boat people are bedecked with the new technology of nylon nets and plastic buckets. This old junk has been converted into a motorized ferry to serve the small offshore island of Tap Moon, or Grass Island as it is known in English. We had to obtain special police permission for a party to visit the island, as it is a sensitive area facing the coast of Communist China. Once ashore, we took the footpath that wound through the only village on the island. It led past the Tin Hau Temple, sited above the village and directly facing the harbour. A magnificent ornamental roof with the pearls of happiness motif at the centre is typical Taoist architecture. The left and right door gods help protect the temple from evil spirits. We followed the narrow path over the backbone of the island to the grassy northern slopes which face China in the distance. For us this was a day out, a picnic in the quiet countryside away from the continuous tumult of the city. For others it was an opportunity to indulge in the now recognized activity of China watching. Part of the new territories, more to the east of Tai Po and some ways south of Grass Island, is the peaceful anchorage of Hebe Haven. Beyond it is the picturesque boat village of Sai Kung. Not so very many moons ago, this was the stronghold of fearsome pirates. To the north of Tai Po, the landscape is reminiscent of the Lake District. On the other side of a range of hills is a valley and a river, the boundary between China and the new territories. The whole valley is restricted, but from high in the hills, like here at the Robin's Nest, China watchers can look over the barbed wire into distant China. In the network of paddy fields, the water buffalo bask in thick mud. The long valley this side of the Robin's Nest is intensely cultivated and spattered with duck farms. The prawn fisherman examines his tiny traps before he mounts his mud scooter and scoots home. We heard the loud cacophony of the Chinese opera some time before we arrived at the Buddhist Xingshan temple, It was hired as part of the festivities to celebrate the birthday of Kuan Yin, the goddess of mercy. I wondered if the joss sticks on the altar were bought from the joss stick maker at Tai Po. In the main hall, Buddhist nuns in new robes decorated with black Taoist symbols chanted their mantras. Inside, the large drum of the lion's dance brought luck and scared away the evil spirits right back to Kowloon. The famous Nathan Road cuts right through the modern commercial part of the city, with its modern shops and hotels. At the new bus station, the old rickshaws still ply their trade, as the crowds at Ocean Terminal make their way to the Star ferries to Hong Kong. Hong Kong lies south of the Nine Dragons across a crowded harbour that pulsates with all kinds of boats. The approach to the waterfront of Hong Kong Island is very impressive. Straight from the terminal ferry is a small oasis of fountains and gardens in the middle of the modern concrete jungle of the Central District. Escape from the hustle and bustle can be attained via the Peak Tram. With alarming steep gradients and spectacular views, this is a journey never to be forgotten. From the upper station, at 1,200 feet above sea level, we took the magnificent scenic walk which followed the contours around Victoria Peak. At the end of the circular walk, the panoramic view of the modern city far below was breathtaking. The last day of exploration beyond the Nine Dragons took me to Ocean Park, a new leisure area on the south side of Hong Kong Island. The parks and gardens were very pleasant, but the real thrill was a journey in what is claimed as the world's longest cable car ride. The cable cars took us to an oceanarium and a dolphinarium. On the cable cars, and it was one mad dash to the airport to fly back home with only memories and this film of what I found beyond the Nine Dragons.